Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tayyaba Science Center. So today we will discuss MCQs on DNA replication. So let's begin. Our first question is, the process of formation of DNA from DNA is known as A. Transcription, B. Replication, C. Translation, and D. Both A and C. So the process of formation of DNA from DNA is known as replication. So our correct option is option number B, because transcription is formation of RNA from DNA and translation is formation of protein from RNA. So our correct answer for this question is B. Next question. The most accepted mode of DNA replication is conservative, dispersive, semi-conservative, and D, both A and C. So the most accepted mode of DNA replication is semi-conservative mode. So our correct option will be option number C. So let's understand these terms. Conservative means that the two strands of DNA get separate and both synthesize a new strand, and new strand get joined together and then old strand joined together. So they basically form a whole new DNA. In case of dispersive, the old DNA breaks from between and then it forms a new copy of DNA. Then they join like old strands, then new strands, then old strand, and then new strands. So that is known as dispersive mode of replication. And semi-conservative mode of replication is that the two strands of DNA get separated, both synthesize new strands on themselves. So basically a new DNA is containing one old strand and one new strand. So that is known as semi-conservative mode of replication. So the most accepted mode is semi-conservative. So correct option is option number C. Next question. Semi-conservative mode of DNA was experimentally proved by Watson and Crick, Zinder and Lederberg, Griffith and Michelson and Stahl. So our correct option is option number D. They proved the semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. So this is the experiment performed by Michelson and Stahl. So what they did is he grew the E. coli in a medium containing nitrogen 15 isotope till the complete DNA of E. coli get labeled with nitrogen 15. Then he put this in a medium containing nitrogen 14 isotope. So this is the parental DNA which is unlabeled and having nitrogen 14 isotope, and he put nitrogen 15 labeled E. coli into it. So when then he grew them for several generations. So in F1 generation what we get is we got this result. So it was basically 50s to 50. So the ratio here is 50s to 50, 50 for nitrogen 14 and 50 for nitrogen 14. 50 for nitrogen 14 and 50 for nitrogen 15. So this is not possible in the case of conservative mode, because you will either get 100% or get 0%, not in between. So the conservative mode of DNA was excluded. Now we are left with semi-conservative and dispersive mode. So then he grew them for more generations. So what he found is, he found this ratio, it is 3:1 or 2:6 ratio. So this is not possible in the case of dispersive mode of replication, because in that case you will get a DNA which should be labeled with both nitrogen 14 and 15, but he got this result which was not possible in the case of dispersive mode of replication. So by this method he proved that DNA replicates by semi-conservative mode. Next question. Taylor conducted his experiment on shoot tip of Argemon mexicana, leaf tip of Bauhinia species, root tip of Vicia fibia, and both A and C. So basically Taylor conducted his experiment for semi-conservative mode of replication. Sorry, the spelling of Taylor would be T-A-Y. So he conducted his experiment to prove semi-conservative mode of DNA replication, and he did this on root tip of Vicia fibia. So our correct option will be option number C. Next question. The first step of DNA replication is recognition of initiation site, synthesis of RNA primer, unwinding of DNA, and activation of deoxyribonucleotide. So our correct option for this question would be D, because first we need energy. So the first step would be activation of deoxyribonucleotide. Next question. The replication of DNA takes place during which phase of cell cycle? Sorry, it would not be cell cycle, it will be cell cycle. So option number A is G1, S, G2 and G0. So the replication of DNA takes place during S phase, which is synthetic phase. So correct option would be option number B. This would be cell cycle, not cell cycle. The point where DNA replication starts is known as starting point, initiation point, origin of replication, D, both B and C. So our correct option will be D, both B and C, because the point where DNA replication starts known as initiation site or origin of replication. Next question. The enzyme which unwind two strands of DNA is gyrase, ligase, phosphorylase, helicase. So the enzyme which unwind two strands is known as helicase. So our correct option will be option number D. Next question. How many hexamers of helicase enzymes are present in prokaryotes? So basically 2 hexamers of helicase enzymes are present in prokaryotes. So they both unwind the strand in opposite direction. Like if one hexamer is going in to left side, the other will go to the right side. So 2 hexamers of helicase enzymes are present in prokaryotes. Next question. Which of them keeps the two strands of DNA separated? Polymerase 1, polymerase 2, gyrase and single cell protein. So our correct option is single cell protein. It does not let the formation of hydrogen bond between two strands. So our correct option is option number D. Next question. Synthesis of new strand of DNA is initiated by phosphorylase, DNA polymerase, RNA primase, D, both B and C. So here is asking that synthesis of new DNA strand is initiated by, like who initiate DNA synthesis. So this DNA polymerase can only polymerize the synthesis of DNA and cannot initiate. Basically the synthesis of DNA strand is initiated by RNA primase, which forms a RNA primer, and it provides a 3' end with a hydroxyl group from where DNA polymerase starts DNA synthesis. So our correct option for this question is C, RNA primase. Next question. Which enzyme synthesize new DNA strand? Now it would be DNA polymerase, but which? DNA polymerase 1, 2, 3. All of them. So our correct option is option number C, DNA polymerase C. It synthesizes new DNA strand. Next. Which is a leading strand among them? 3', 3', 5', 5', 5', 3', 3', 5'. So our leading strand is 3', 5'. Leading strand is that strand on which the synthesis of DNA is continuous. Next question. Which is a lagging strand among them? So lagging strand is 5', 3'. On this strand, the synthesis of DNA is discontinuous. It takes place in the form of small fragments, because DNA synthesis can only takes place into 5', 3' direction, and on this strand it is takes place from the opposite side. So basically it takes place in the form of small fragments. Next question. Synthesis of DNA on lagging strand is, as I told you, the synthesis of DNA on lagging strand is discontinuous. So our correct option is option number C. Okazaki fragments forms on leading strand, lagging strand, both, none of them. So Okazaki fragments forms on lagging strand. So our correct option is option number B. Next question. RNA primer is removed by DNA polymerase 1, 2, 3, all of them. So RNA primer removed by DNA polymerase 1. So our correct option is option number B. Next question is, Okazaki fragments are joined by gyrase, helicase, ligase, both A and C. So the Okazaki fragments joined by DNA ligase. So our correct option will be option number C, because helicase enzyme helps in unwinding of two strands of DNA, and this DNA gyrase helps in releasing the supercoiling occur due to unwinding of this helicase enzyme. Next question. In absence of DNA polymerase 1, the proofreading of DNA is done by. So first we understand what is this proofreading. This proofreading is that during DNA replication, if some unwanted nucleotide gets added, so this enzyme, either of them, any of one of them, will basically delete those nucleotides. So that's called proofreading. So in usually it is done by DNA polymerase 1, but in absence of DNA polymerase 1, it is done by DNA polymerase 2. So the correct option for this question is option number B. Next and last question. An error of 0.01% in DNA replication causes very little gene mutation, slight gene mutation, significant gene mutation, nothing happens. So our correct option for this question will be significant gene mutation, because a single nucleotide change can cause significant gene mutation. So this was all about today. Hope you guys will find this video helpful for you. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon to keep yourself updated with all our upcoming videos. Thank you.